We're Slick Rock Productions. I'm Jake. This is Kurt. And let's take a second. We want to talk about the Cardo headsets.
Right.
So
we've had some really rough experiences in the past with radios.
Yes.
We've tried this multiple times, and basically you got a couple options. You got a wiring set that can work into your car, and we didn't really like that because you're committed to the car.
Right.
You're committed to a cable.
Yeah.
And any of you guys have done that, have jumped out of your car forgetting you got a cable? Yeah, and yourself kind of sucks a little bit. Plus there's some wiring, some install. We bump in and out of a lot of cars, so it's not real convenient for us anyway.
Right.
So we went from that, we tried walkies, basically handhelds.
And the problem with walkies is the biggest complaint I had is you set them down in the couple and that, and the machines are so loud, your stereo's going, you still never heard them go anyways.
Right. And then when we're out on a show, we're guiding people, we give one to the tail gunner. A couple guides have them,
Right.
But we're listening to interference from everybody else. And when you're at an event, it's really tough because there's so many people with radios. And so you get in this predicament where you got a radio on your side, you're trying to guide, you're trying to help people or whatever you're doing, and all I'm hearing is everybody else. You're wondering if it's you. Pretty soon you get annoyed, you turn it off, and I remember that I could yell really loud. And we go back to that. So,
So you just get a lot of that over talk, chatter.
yeah, and it's really annoying. You know what I mean? And so you're constantly switching channels, trying to find somebody where there's less people on.
Right.
And it's just kind of a pain. But radios are important, and it's important when you're, especially in a group, to be able to communicate with each other. And we were approached by Cardo a while back, and they gave us a couple of sets to try. We really didn't take it real seriously at the beginning because we've kind of been down this road. But we were in an event last week, and we actually used them, and I'm telling you, these things are a godsend.
Is it too much to say that it was almost life-changing with Willie?
It was super awesome.
Yeah, it made a big difference.
So let's talk about the positive things for a second that we got out of this that we really didn't know we were missing. Number one, so these are super comfortable. Now, when I put them on, I feel like I'm a pilot or I'm gonna take your order at McDonald's, but they're not hot and they're really quite comfortable to wear.
Yeah, because I was concerned when you had them on, so you have your sunglasses, that it was going to sit and pinch on your sunglasses.
Yeah.
But we wore those all day.
It's like they don't have pressure that, I mean, they're just comfortable. You know what I mean? It was really hot when we were down there. I was sweating in them. They were really comfortable to wear, and they were crystal clear. Yeah. And like, so even sticking our head out the window at 50 miles an hour with wind hitting us in the face, you don't hear any of that.
Because a lot of time we like to drive like Ace Ventura. I don't know who doesn't.
Right. I like bugs in my teeth, you know? But so it's like the thing that I really liked about them, number one, they Bluetooth your phone. So you can listen to your music, I'm listening to my music. If you got kids in the back, they can listen to whatever they want. Yep. And when you speak, you can adjust the volume on it, so it just turns your music down, but you can hear it clearly. And so it's like literally we were driving down the road at 50 miles an hour, we were on obstacles, we're out going around, and we're talking to each other without elevated voices. Yeah. And it's just crystal clear in your head. It's not annoying.
No.
And there's no interference with it. And then when you're done talking, it just goes back to your music.
Yeah. And it doesn't have that weird, like you're saying, it doesn't pause it, turn it back on, pause it, turn it back on. It just lowers the music. Right. The voiceover talks it, and then it just
goes right back
to it. As smooth as can be.
Yeah, I mean, all day long for a couple of days, we're driving around, we're just talking to each other. And it's really cool because, you know, there's so many times you want to say something to somebody behind you or somebody in front of you or hang a left here or whatever the case may be. I'm stuck, you know, and it's just, you know, there's just no lag time in that. It's just super convenient.
Right.
And then, you know, so these pair to each other. So there's no channels on it.
Yeah.
So you can pair as many of them you want together. There's an app, you just put it on your phone, and then you can cancel out other people if you want to. Yeah. So if we have 40 of them paired together, because we're out guiding a group, and then we decide that we just want to talk to each other, I can just hit Jake, and I just talk to you. We can cancel everything else out, which is super cool as well.
Very,
you know?
yes.
But these things are super handy to use, and it's like, I feel like they're also noise canceling, which is really cool, especially if you're driving a Kawasaki at 50 miles an hour. It sounds like a rod's about to come out of the engine.
Yeah.
And so I'm not hearing everything else. It's just relaxing. It's calm. You can talk to each other. But for us, for guiding, one of the things that we run into a lot is, you know, if I'm standing up on top of an obstacle and I'm trying to help somebody come back up, their machine's loud, they can't hear me very well, and the louder I talk, the more aggressive it sounds. Right. And so it's kind of nice to be able to talk to somebody and just be calm, you know, tell them a little left, a little right, you know what I mean, kind of walk them through it without yelling at them.
Right, no confusion at all. You hear it clear as can be. And like you said, you're not talking in an elevated manner. Yeah. You're not fighting if the sun's behind you trying to do signals you can't see because
And you can get
You
out
have
of your
that
car.
direct communication.
We could drive up to the top of an obstacle, literally get out of your car with your headset on and talk to everybody behind you, guide you, get back in your car. You're not unplugging anything. You're not listening to anybody else. They're a super good value for what you pay for those and what they bring to the table. They make all the sense in the world to me.
Yeah.
So our hats are off to Cardo. It's a product that kind of snuck up on us by surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I know you weren't either. But our hats are off to you guys. They are worth it. Look into them. Try a set. We're going to be down at UTV Takeover this week. If you want to check them out, you want to come ride with us. We're going to hand a bunch out so everybody can get a feel for them. But definitely look into that product. It's absolutely worth it.
That's going to help them sell.